Okay, sorry about that.
It's all good.
Had to straighten the kids out.
It happens.
Maybe they need to give them some more tap water.
Might do it. At least you wouldn't be fighting fair. Don't argue with me, son. You drink tap water.
Tap water. I mean, people used to say stuff about tap water, you know? I used to say, hey, what do you mean? You know, I don't want the tap. Let me get bottled. But now I got to ask, how much of a difference is there, you know, between bottled? Well, some companies, you ever heard of that dude? They call him Martin Sommelier, water sommelier. You ever seen that guy? I think he's German, and he has small glasses, and he has like a nice haircut. Really sharp guy. He's like, my name is Martin, the water sommelier. I had the worst. But
That was good.
But he goes around and he demystifies all the crazy stuff people say about water. Like, you know, people like measuring the pH. They take the little thing and put it in there. You know, it looks good to people, but kind of he demystifies it. His whole job is like serving people the best water. And he tells you like, oh man, this type of water is good. Water that's inside a glass, the water that's sitting in plastic. Is it bad for you? No, yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, water sommelier.
The crazy thing is if you look at things from like a micro level, you know, you put some clear water in something and you look at it through a microscope.
Mm-hmm.
It looks crazy, dude. It looks like an ocean in there, like little stuff swimming around. There's big particulates, like, and it looks clear in a glass. So you have really no idea, what's in it. You don't. I mean, and it's so hard. Like a pH test is one thing, but that's like one of literally 100 tests that you need to do on every glass of water, because tap water is always different. You know, coming out of the system. I mean, even out of like a natural spring or something, you should test it.
You think so?
I don't think you need to as much, but it's good to know. It's good to know things. I just don't think people can test. Like, I never test water.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying like I test every bottle or every. It's too much work, and so there's so much fooling that can go on with it, because you don't know the mineral content of it. You don't know what chemicals have been introduced to it.
Yeah.
I just know they can't filter all that stuff out.
Well, and that's the thing. I think that I don't think you're supposed to filter. I mean, okay, natural water that's running across rocks from a stream that don't have something on the top putting poison in the water. I mean, a natural water source. Mm-hmm. That water has nutrients in it. It's not just completely wiped of everything. Because I think I know that's supposed to, from what I understand, it's supposed to be very bad for you to have water with nothing in it. Because you're just basically washing all the nutrients out of your body. You're not putting in anything behind it.
Yeah, 100%. Because your body, you know, it interacts with the minerals in the water.
Yeah.
And so if you're drinking water that doesn't have any minerals, the water comes through your body and it actually takes minerals out. So I've heard.
Oh man, all these things, bro. People, all these things come out, these tests and all this stuff, but they never tell people the right thing to do. And the people who keep surviving are like, you know, my family members who hit 103, and they've been drinking tap water their whole life. So now I have to ask them more questions. You know, what's right or what's wrong? Look, anything that comes through a whole water system that travels through all these pipes to get to your sink, you know, it's gonna touch something. I think you should know that and understand that. You know, if you're okay with that, drink your water, man. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even people who like collect rainwater, you know, and drink it, that's actually not very smart to do.
Okay, help me understand, because they make it illegal in some places to collect rainwater. And I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. Are you telling me I can't collect rain? It's rain.
Oh, Well, it shouldn't be illegal. Like that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To say that. But when you think about it, water goes, I live in the Northwest, so it's like where the irrigation system of the whole United States kind of starts.
Okay.
The water comes up out of the ocean from the sea. It basically distills, and then it gets in the clouds, and then it comes over. So you're drinking distilled water, essentially, which doesn't necessarily have a lot of vitamins and minerals in it.
Okay.
What you ideally want is water from an aquifer underground. So water has hit the earth, gone through it, taken the minerals,
soil, right?
gone through the soil,
okay,
down through the rocks, and then it comes out with a product on the bottom that's good for you to drink, because now your body has a symbiosis with the earth, and that's where it gets all of its like minerals from. That's why you don't get thirsty very often if you drink water from a natural aquifer, and it loses quality when you put it in a plastic bottle or a bottle with lead or a big cup that has lead in it,
like the things that all the moms get.
Yeah,
the Smurfy cups. What is it called?
Stanley
cups.
That doesn't help you.
That's messed up.
Yeah. So but rainwater is good for your plants and crops because they're already in the ground. They're already getting the nutrients out of the roots.
They connected to the earth. They're connected to the
Yeah, they're already eating that, but you're not connected to the earth. You're trying to get stuff that has came from going through the earth system. That's the hands down best water you can drink, is the stuff that's gone through the earth system and out, depending on the region and what's going on.
See, maybe that's why we should have been more connected to the earth. Take your shoes off and soak up some of that energy from the dirt. That's maybe why.
Yeah. Well, grounding is important too.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I know trying to find a water source in Florida is always interesting because you can dig with a shovel. I mean, maybe not with a shovel because it's like almost you got to dig about 6 feet. But
yeah,
I mean, you can get to water source. But I've never I've never drunk from a Florida, a fresh Florida water source.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I've never drunk from them. So I don't know.
Well, the best water there would probably be from some kind of well or natural, like artesian well, where the water just comes up naturally. And it'd probably be around the Everglades, away from the city. Because that's the other thing with rainwater. Those clouds are sitting in pollution, and that moisture is attracting and collecting that pollution, and then it comes down, and now it's polluted. Now, when it goes to the earth, it should filter most of that stuff out, but again, I don't know.
Well, we might have a cocaine problem down here. Water got too much cocaine.
all the coke bags sitting in the Everglades from the airboats, just
all them little baggies and wrapped up in plastic blocks. You might have a problem.
The gators never sleep out here. They're 24-hour.
Why that gator so hype, man? Dang,
he's always going.
He's just splashing all the time.
Yeah. Forget Cocaine Bear. What about Cocaine Croc?
Yeah. Did you watch that movie? I didn't see it.
No, I haven't seen it. I don't have time to watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, man, I don't having the right studies. I'll be interested to talk to somebody. It's like going through Reading Rainbow. Going to find an expert, Lamar. My kids were watching Reading Rainbow the other day, and it was showing this guy who all he did for 30 years is make fiddles and violins.
Oh, I watched that one when I was a kid, bro.
Bro, all this dude was doing carving. Now I was thinking about it, bro. He had a whole shop, all these tools, wood, and he was living just making violins and fiddles, bro.
That'd be so sweet.
Dang, bro. I don't even know if you can do that anymore. But
you can.
Yeah,
I don't think it's that hard. Honestly, I've done some.
So?
I mean, it's hard, but once you have the shop for it and you've gotten a few of them under your belt, I think you could crank them out pretty quick.
Well, I mean, to survive. You think? I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure making it to get to.
Oh,
I mean, like to survive on just making fiddles. So that was his whole thing. I was like, dang, all I do. He said, for 20 years, all I did was make violin and fiddles.
Oh yeah, I think you'd have to know some Asians to really keep that going. You know,
for production.
No, for like, you know, if like Asians play good, like fiddle, violin, you know, like they're, that's, you know,
that'll be what, that'll be your clientele.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like my kids playing in the Philharmonic. Like,
yeah,
I need to get that custom, you know, I want them to have the best.
But then that's what I'm saying. Think about that. You'll have to be in that clientele space. I'm just saying, like, this dude was making I think they were in the Midwest, and he was making fiddles, and that's all he was doing. And then the fiddles went to the guys who were playing for the dudes who were doing not tap dancing. Is it tap dancing? River dance. And it's like, can you walk me through it? All right, bird in the cage, spin around back in a circle, and with the shoes.
Yeah, I think that's river dance. But
is that river dance?
There's so many dances out there, man. I don't
know. We gotta ask somebody.
That's river dance is like an Irish thing, you know. But maybe it's like, I don't know, folk dance or something like that.
I forgot what they call it.
Yeah,
but they put Lamar. They put Lamar.
Sweet.
They put Lamar in the middle of the country, in the middle of nowhere. He got a cowboy hat.
It's even easier than that, man. You could just be like someone who makes sweet boxes for like DJ equipment. You know, like you get the DJ setup. But if I send it to Jeremy, he can put that in a nice mahogany with the sweet finish on it. And like, everyone's like, where did you get those tables at, man? Oh, I had that custom made from Jeremy in Tennessee.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
I think
he's got the pearl inlaid levers and everything.
Not a bad idea. I think guitar players care about that a lot. I don't know about DJs.
Oh, yeah.
Like pro DJs kind of show up. All they care about is the USB. Where my USB go? Where my laptop plug in? Because their setups, usually DJ setups, they got two, like when you walk in, it's already, they got the Pioneers or whatever set up already. And then your set, you just plug in your USB. But maybe club owners will want a nice setup, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's interesting, like for me, you know, when I was younger, obviously you like the flashy guitars. I was like, oh yeah, let me get the Black Beauty Epiphone because I can afford that, and it looks sick. It's got gold, black, gold, you know, a little bit of white trim. Like it looks so nice.
Yeah.
But then as you get older, you're like I went to Guitar Center the other day to buy an acoustic, and I went to a couple other music shops. I ended up going to a small music shop and buying a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But I just played like 50 guitars that were in my price range. I actually went with the Yamaha just because it felt so good. Like, it's all about how it plays. I could care less what it looks like anymore. Besides looking like too gaudy. You know?
Yamaha don't miss, bro. I don't know how they don't miss on everything, bro. On everything, they don't miss, bro.
Yeah.
They don't miss. I don't know how they do it, man. On every instrument, every electronic thing, every little dirt bike, it always works in every industry. You know, if you don't know, the Yamaha works, and it's probably at the top, but it's never the bottom. It's like the Yamaha works. You know.
Yeah, and I really wanted like a built-in pickup with, you know, some EQs on it for doing like a little venue or something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those little built-in things, but
yeah.
It took away from the sound. Like I could tell the difference between playing from a regular guitar or one that had a bunch of electronics and wires inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it, and I was like, if I really need to, I can just get one of those pickups with the cord on it.
Yeah.
Or it's not hard to install pickups in a guitar. You know, it really isn't.
Yeah, I mean, you can play around with it too. Was it a Briggs? LR Briggs, I think the name of it is. All those extra,
Okay.
yeah. Is it Briggs? I forgot the name of the company. Dang. Yeah, I mean, I'm a Martin fan. I like Martin just because of the necks on Martins,
Yeah.
that weight, that's important to me.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the body, but I'm a big fan of the wood on the neck.
It's funny. That's usually how guitar players go. They either go Martin or Gibson for acoustic.
Yeah. Gibson,
you know,
yeah.
People who start out, I think, kind of gravitate towards Taylor. I know I'm going to take a bunch of crap for this, but I think all Taylors sound the same. You could spend $10,000 on a Taylor or $2,000 on a Taylor, and they both play and sound
but that's the
identical.
Science. That's the science.
I could buy five Gibsons that are exact same model number, and they would all sound and play like slightly different.
That's why I like them, because it kind of crafts to your hand and it crafts to your bend, right? So it kind of becomes like molded to your sound. All my Martins do that. But the Taylor GS Mini sounds just like the Taylor. I forgot the expensive one. The Taylor GS Mini sounds just like the other. I was like, nah, man.
And they're not cheap, man. Those Taylors are not cheap guitars.
But what Taylor has perfected is like, you're going to get a good sound no matter what you buy. But as you go up, you get more features. Taylors don't feed back.
Yeah.
You know? Gibson?
No.
You know? The Martin sometimes the electronics, the electronics, you got to finagle with that. I don't like the way they put it inside of the inside. Sometimes you want to swap them out. But the Taylor just you're gonna get the same sound, but as you go up, the electronics work, don't feedback. I mean, they travel well. That's why people love them. You know, and that's why when girls pick up Taylor,
dude, the craziest,
they sound like they sound like, damn, that guitar sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they do. They all sound good.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not talking anything about that they sound bad or crappy. Like, they all sound really good. It's just it's just not for me. It's not the guitar I pick. And I don't see a lot of like touring musicians playing them either.
Yeah.
You know? You just don't. Like, and if it is, it's like a sponsorship reason.
Yeah, of course.
Usually.
Yeah.
You know, but the funny thing about that whole guitar deal was I had a budget of $500 because I was like, this is my campfire guitar. I'm going to throw this thing around. It's going to be in pickup trucks. It's going to be on my back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to pass it around the fire. People got metal chairs scratching that thing. Dang. You know, they got a knife with a belt clip on it. It's just sliding over their pants. You know, like, I don't want to be worried about this guitar. I played like 20 guitars. No, it was like 50 guitars that day. And the one I bought, the Yamaha, was like $175 or like, I think it was like $200, and then a case for $125 because I like a hard case. I don't do that soft case stuff.
That's important.
Dude, that is the worst thing you can do for your guitar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to tune all the time, that's a bad sign.
But Yamaha, I see people with holes in the back of their Yamaha. That thing's still running. You know?
100%.
The belt buckle done carved out a hole in the back, and they still running with it. You know? So yeah, that's what you want, the Warrior. But you should have got the Taylor GS Mini.
Yeah, and I would say if you do any custom work to your guitar, it better be the nut and the bridge first, and then mess with the tuning peg, like the tuning keys.
Mm-hmm.
I've done the nut and bridge on my Gibson, and that made a huge difference because it was nylon, and I went to whalebone. In Australia, I had a luthier like change that up.
Yeah,
and it sounds the difference is crazy.
Yeah, he did the full setup for you.
Yeah, he did the nut in the bridge, pulled out the old one, glued in the new one. Did a really great job too.
Yeah, I don't like messing with certain level of guitars until it goes to a luthier. Like
oh no, dude.
Yeah, damn, I forgot the guy's name. But he basically has a luthier shop in Wynwood. Is in a place called Guitars and Cars. And in the back he has like not in the back, but at the other part of the building he has a luthier shop set up. Bro, I can't believe I'm blanking on this guy's name. But every single guitar I give to him. I send to him to set it up. Yeah, it's gonna flow back. But once I had my guitar set up, fully strings, height, shaved down, and it's set up, I can't do it any other way. I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to. Especially when you get to a certain level. Martins especially. Yeah. They got to be set up for you, man. Like,
I'm not touching anything over $200 myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My Gibson cost more than several cars I've owned in the past. So I'm like, no, I don't touch that thing.
Man, I wonder how the guitar game is doing right now, because I don't know. I feel like that for a long time playing instruments went down, but I feel like just now people are now starting to pick up guitars again. A lot of acoustic people.
I hope so.
Oh,
I hope so.
I feel like that's all starting to like pick back up again, but I guess maybe it just comes in waves, comes and goes. Because I remember a time where everybody just went everything electronic. Everything was electronic, But
the dubstep era.
Mm-hmm. And so everybody got into it.
It's still around. I think it's still going pretty strong. I mean, there's a lot more folk movement going on. It seems like it's split down the middle, like,
Yeah, I love it though. I love that the folk stuff is just popping up right now.
Oh, it's the best.
I love it.
We're going into some of the best times musically.
I've been waiting, bro. I've been sitting on out. I've been waiting, bro. It's like
it's coming.
Now the taste is like people appreciate the taste,
Oh, that Oliver Anthony stuff, man, is so good. Oliver Anthony and Coulter Wall. That's what I'm listening to most of the time these days.
Man,
one mic, one take. Well, it sounds like one take. I don't know if they do it in one take, but
yeah,
it's just one mic. I can hear their foot tapping. I can hear everything on most songs. It's just really raw. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they put in the cicadas in the background. It's keep on doing it, man. I appreciate it so much.
And the thing is, everybody can't do that, bro. That's the thing about it. Everybody can't. They gotta not hide, but they gotta production it up to make it sound interesting. To keep it interesting. You kind of gotta. There's not wrong with that because it fits certain things. But I'm just glad that the necessity for it is back. It's like, oh man, this is refreshing. Oh man, this is meaningful. What did he say? Everybody calling that one line. Working all day.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame. And everybody, that's the only line people remember,
What the world's gone to.
Yeah. I know that he had a whole song, but I think that the idea hit so hard at the time where it was almost like folk caught up to social media. It's like, that's this what's going on. And folk is the perfect thing to capture that time and moment.
Yeah, that's not even my favorite song of his.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I mean, it's one of his good ones for sure, but the other ones are just as good.
Yeah. Uh-oh, your mic went out, bro.
Yeah,
there you go.
Someone tried to call.
Oh, okay. If you need to answer it, go ahead, because it's one of them days, bro.
No, it's good. Yeah, dude. sucks about Toby Keith, man.
Whoa, what happened to Toby Keith now? I don't know what happened.
He's dead, bro. He's gone. Another one.
How he was pretty young, right? Toby Keith. He had to be what?
Can't
60
remember.
maybe.
I
don't know, man. I don't know. Toby Keith.
Yeah, stomach cancer.
That's unusual. That's very unusual.
Yeah, man, I grew up to Toby Keith. My dad was still a big Toby Keith fan. I mean, every 4th of July, there's a lot of Toby Keith on the playlist.
Now, I mean, we didn't have it. I mean, we want big Toby Keith anything, but I know Toby Keith. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I know Toby Keith. You know.
Yeah.
Well, the country having a problem.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, I don't agree with everything that he was about, but definitely a good songwriter, man. Definitely one of the greats.
Dang, bro, you know what? What's his name? Not Dave Martin. Dave Matthews. Is it?
Yeah.
He got arrested.
Wait a second.
He got arrested at the show for some drugs. Like, he got a drug charge.
Uh-oh.
Bro, I was like, dude, you are the last person who should be doing anything, anywhere, because he had the perfect image, bro. You know, it's like the one black guy that clean cut, you know. Dave Matthews, man, dude, arrested.
No. Dave Matthews is not black.
I'm sorry, not Dave Matthews. What's the guy's name? Dang, I said Dave Matthews. Bro, what's up with me today? I'm like, I forgot the guy's name. The clean cut, bald head guy. Plays acoustic. He got arrested. Country songwriter. Grammy awards. And I cannot think of his name. I see his face. I even see the mugshot. Why am I saying Dave?
I don't know.
I keep saying Dave, but it ain't Dave. I'm wrong. Arrested.
Darius Rucker?
Darius Rucker. Dang. I kept saying Dave.
He had a clean record,
bro. That was clean cut, arrested for drugs. And, you know, I don't know. You know, I'm sure backstage people doing whatever they do, but I don't even know the whole story. Oh, I'm like, dude, man. You didn't have to get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know who one of my favorite, artists is? And you're going to be like, nah, I don't believe you. You're lying. Miley Cyrus and her sister.
Okay. I'll listen
and I can defend that.
Go ahead.
Can defend that.
Go ahead.
Bro. Okay. First off, I think because her family was maybe in the music industry where her dad and she handled the industry extremely well on the business side.
Yeah.
Right? One.
Right.
Second thing is, for her voice, like style and sound, is unique and she controls it the right way. Right?
I agree with that.
Third.
I totally agree with that.
Third. She handled her image, her physical image, through her age right now with Pilates and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then her sister, I think that her sister, when she came out with her album, I remember listening to her sister's album, I was like, dang, this is prolific stuff. It don't have the popularity, but her artistry is legit. And people throw them away, like dismiss it because it has the name Cyrus on the back. So they associate with, Achy Breaky Heart or Miley Cyrus when she was doing trap music with with the girls shaking it all over the stage.
Yeah.
So, but when they do like music or country songs or like her remakes, when he do something with Dolly Parton, bro, it's legit. You can't really say
Oh yeah, and those
anything
real
about it.
artists keep messing with her. Like those real artists do stuff with her all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy.
From I think I would say the uniqueness stands out. You can't miss her voice. You're not gonna confuse it with someone else's. It don't sound like every girl singing on Nashville on the side of the road trying to get a deal.
No.
I gotta give it to her. I mean, and then being shadowed by Achy Breaky. Come on, bro. Your shadow's Achy Breaky Heart. That's a lot to come through.
Oh, don't forget about Old Town Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he picked it up. Yeah. Yeah. He ran with it. He supported it.
Right till I can't no more. Got the horses in the bed. That's a catchy one, man.
I wish they would have came out with a new name for that type of country. Like, I felt like it did a disservice to call that country, bro. And people gonna get upset. I don't get it, whatever. But that wasn't. I don't know, bro. Anything with the break beat, and then you add.
Oh, we call that. That's town. That's not country.
Oh, that's town. Okay, see, there you go. That's town.
I don't know. It is now. You listen to that town stuff.
Yeah, people love it though, right? It's radio.
Yeah, if you
radio
wanna
play.
ride with it, gone with it, ride with it.
And get up in my trunk.
It's
girl, get up on my rump. Girl, get up on my stuff. Girl, we gon' ride. Get up on my truck, girl. We gon' ride it to the moonlight. That's catchy,
it doesn't have to make sense.
No,
it doesn't have to make sense.
No, it's like sentence, climactic move, sentence, breakbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it goes trap at some point.
Yeah, you got to. I don't even know where that started. I haven't followed that, so I don't even know who started that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Florida Georgia Line's probably one of the big ones of that.
Florida Georgia Line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not a fan.
Anyway, but I cut it.
It's okay. I see why people like it, but it's just not my thing.
So what do you think the next... I know you talked about folk, but how many countries? Bro, like all the numbers are switching. So like hip-hop, the numbers on hip-hop are dying, And I know it's saying that in the numbers. I just think it's just not popular music. But I know that there's a subculture like that's staying extremely strong. And it's not hip hop. It's not. It's rap, but it's turning a little bit musical, almost cinematic. That it's kind of like bundling over there, and it's not getting on the pop scene. But just like the same thing right now, like rap got that problem too. It's like you got somebody. Everybody trying to sound like the Migos. Everybody trying to sound like the same trap beat. Everybody, you got that same problem.
Yeah.
But I know the subculture right now that's dwindling up. It's gonna be some musical stuff. It's gonna be like very cinematic, very artistic, but it's just not popular.
Yeah. I don't really know, because hasn't hip hop like become such a large genre that it branched off into like 10 or more things? I mean, you could technically say like The Weeknd is a form of hip hop, but it's not really hip hop. Can't you? Maybe I'm wrong there.
The labels don't matter. That's what happened. Like, because I would say people immediately say The Weeknd is R&B, but then it's just the label that they fit him, the box that they fit him into. It's not really just R&B, but you know that he can hit soul, he can hit a little pop. You know, even sometimes some of this stuff gets synth wavy, but they're never gonna register that. So they just put it on the R&B. So the same thing with rap, like hip hop. You know, when you say hip hop, when people tell me hip hop, I'm thinking like KRS-One. I'm thinking LL Cool J. I'm thinking, I mean, people who are rapping.
Oh yes,
you know, lyrical genius. I'm thinking, you know, Common. I'm
Tupac.
Lyrical genius. You know, but even Tupac, I wouldn't even call hip hop. I call that rap because it's not.
Yeah, I guess.
But
yeah, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
the distinction. I agree.
They all get convoluted.
Yeah,
that's what happens. But you know, I
right.
think, I think that hip hop rap has become pop, and that pop sound has permeated through the world. So when people think of rap, they think of, you know, they even think trap. They think of trap as rap. You know, they call it rap, but it's really trap. But
yeah,
those numbers are going down.
Yeah, I always thought of rap music as like a beat with a flow, you know, and then hip hop was more sing-songy and not quite R&B level, but it was it got a melody and stuff, you know.
Yeah, see, that's what, and they did. That's their job. They did it. So you take like your not Funk Master Flex. You take like your Rev Run style of hip hop. Run, you know, remember, I don't know if you know Rev Run. Run's house, you know Rev Run? Reverend Run?
I don't think so.
Okay, that area of like that genre, that timeline of beatboxing, you know, the Kango clothes, the big chains, the eyeglasses. You see a lot of people who do like street dancing, that whole era of extremely lyrical music. I mean, extremely lyrical, like rap, where people cared about what they were saying, how they were delivering it. Not just like, not even Nas, but that type of level of like, wow, this guy's a lyricist, you know? You ever heard, you know, that song, even when they mix hip hop with rock, it was still hip hop. You know that song, Rock This Way, gonna rock it. And they mix the rock with the hip hop. I would say that's hip hop. Right?
Yeah, what's that? Walk This Way by
I
want to say Guns N' Roses, but it's not. It's the
is it Aerosmith?
It's the one with Steven Tyler. Yeah,
Steven Tyler. Yeah. Right. But then you start introducing Biggie, Pac, Nas, right? That's when you start getting into rap, and you start adding in samples. You know, you start adding all that stuff, right? But as it kept going, it just got convoluted. It kind of turned into pop. But I don't, you know, I think that has, then after it went to pop was the main thing forever. Then came the South trap, you know, T.I., Master P, you know, make them say, you know, moving on, Lil Jon, all that stuff. Then it got modern. Then you hit, I mean, I'm jumping over a lot, but then you jump to the Migos, you know. And they call it mumble, and they tried to pick on it, but then it took over, you know.
It took over, man.
I left out the West Coast stuff, but whatever. That's all.
I know. I was gonna say you got a lot of over here was a lot of like E40 and you know
my squibble. Yeah,
lots of guys.
Yeah,
I could sell anything, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
No, he had some good stuff.
Yeah, kind of dropped down. The biggest things now. I'm kind of glad. Go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the biggest things now, I think, is like, I mean, I'm glad that dance music is kind of like still moving and it's evolving, because I think that's the next spiritual awakening type of stuff, man. Afro beats, Afro soul, kind of international music. It's kind of everybody can get on that board, on that bandwagon, which reminds me of like back in, I mean, not hippie days, but the time where just one sound brought together a whole bunch of people. I think that's happening a little bit,
I do too. Before we get there real quick, while we're on pop, I gotta say, respect the heck out of Justin Timberlake. Everything he does is amazing. I was watching that show the other night, like I was telling you about. Dude, just the way he brings music and culture and stuff together, I respect the heck out of it. It's definitely something that I think our culture needs right now. I think
Timberlake?
It's something that
the
Justin Timberlake.
Oh, okay.
It's not my thing. I'm not like playing Timberlake all the time, but
come on, bro.
I saw it. I watched his concert, man. It's good.
You're not bumping the Justin Timberlake in the work truck? Dang. Cause
it's like in my mirror. My mirror's showing back at me. Make me see the side of my heart. Yeah, I never listened to that, man. No, not in the work truck, dude. Nah, we keep it straight up. There's a lot of Motorhead in here,
Whoa.
Yeah, I like that Copperhead Road in here.
Okay. You walk around with the AirPods.
Whoa. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. You're saying Justin. So he's put. What was he? What was he putting together? Because you started telling me, but we didn't get to finish it.
Yeah, so it just kind of hooked me because I saw a preview for it and I liked what I saw. So I was like, oh, I haven't listened to Justin Timberlake in forever, so I'll just click on this and see what. I like to see people live, and I think it was on Netflix. They had a live show from 2016.
Yeah.
Dude, he's in Vegas, like all black tie, like it started out like super simple. And the beginning of the show was even more interesting because instead of just showing him riding around in fancy cars and like balling out of control, he's just walking through the back of the arena, saying hi to people, talking to roadies, talking to the people messing with the gear, all that kind of stuff. And then he has like kind of interview like things, like every artist that was on the stage with him.
Yeah.
Well, not everyone, but most of them just like introduce themselves. Like, hi, my name's Mark. I'm from, Ocean Falls, wherever. I play in the band.
Yeah.
I play this. It just kind of got you to get to know some of the musicians, which I don't see a lot of artists doing that.
Yeah.
It's always about them. And dude, and then it kind of rolled out like it was almost like a black church sound that he kind of made with all of his regular songs. So they were like,
they gospeled it up. They gospeled it up.
Oh, they gospeled it up a lot.
Okay, yeah.
With the breaks, the runs, all that type of stuff was in there, like heavy. And everyone was like, I'm sure they were the top of the line musicians, which you just don't get to hear. And he showcased a lot of them in the show. Like,
I thought I was
going to last like the Tennessee boy. What is it?
That's all right.
It's like the Tennessee.
Oh, he had a specific band to play. It wasn't like
band.
They normally have like Aaron Spears. Ooh, I don't know. Like they have certain, same bass player.
Yeah.
They probably had a specific crew.
And the Tennessee Kids. Yeah, it was the Tennessee Kids.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was kind of like a band that plays together a lot. So they were super tight. I don't know, man. I'm not a big fan of that genre of music for sure, but
he got
good. I just like to see. I like to see people bringing other people together, and like,
yeah,
it's not just about them, you know. But yeah, man, as far as like moving forward with stuff, like you were saying, dude, let's talk about Andre 3000's new album, the flute album, dude.
The
I've listened
controversy
to
of
that
the most
album several
controversial
times.
album, bro. The most
I love
controversial,
it,
bro. You know, you gotta grasp, like you gotta grasp that Andre 3000 is not just legendary, but
oh yeah, he's the man.
so far forward, and you can't. He could have did whatever he wanted, and you could not deny it. You couldn't say he wasn't gangster. You couldn't say that you weren't gonna say, "Oh yeah, that dude." You know, he's putting on the wig and singing, shaking like a Polaroid picture. Nah, bro. It was like when he was rapping with Goody Mob and all them. Well, what you gonna say? That's. I mean, back with CeeLo and all those guys. Man, Andre 3000 was the hardest thing out there. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what nobody say. But then to move to graduate,
yeah,
like to graduate from doing that stuff with Big Boy and all those guys just rapping. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. You know, kind of like, you know, like, but then to move to roses really smell like doo doo, like to make that transition,
it's wild.
You know, what do you want to say? He did it, and he did it right. You couldn't deny it. You're like, damn, that's wrong. You know, that's.
Gator belts and patty melts and Eldorados.
Yeah.
I mean, and dude, he was controversial too. Like the stuff he was saying, like bombs over Baghdad and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you sat and listened to it, and you're just like, dang, he's saying some interesting things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they let him talk as long as they did.
Well, I think something must have happened. I don't know.
Yeah.
But him and his wife, well, I don't know if they still, but him and Erykah Badu, they're like extremely unique people. I think they're just highly spiritual people. But then when he came out with the Flute album, I think it was a shock to everybody because we kind of wanted Andre 3000 to do what he always do and come up with something fresh and original. But it's hard, you know. You know, what is it? What he gonna come out with next? He said, bro, he flipped the switch.
I got this custom made flute.
And then people used to make jokes about him spotting him around walking around with this flute. So people are like, hey.
You don't leave that at home.
Yeah. And he hit it, bro. And look, those who can't understand, they can't get on that frequency. They didn't understand it, bro. It just went over their head. But it's serious. It's legitimately a powerful album, bro. It's a powerful album. But if you're not ready for it, you can't. I don't think that people have the space and time to actually hear it. That's what I really think.
Oh, dude, I sit in these like every once in a while I get into acupuncture, like doing acupuncture therapy for different things, like just healing my organs and stuff like that. It really works. If the guy's good. There's a lot of crappy acupunctures out there, but I got a guy from China. You know, he's studied at prestigious places and he knows what he's doing. I put that album on while I was on the table, and you're like stuck there, like literally stuck. You know, you can't move, otherwise it hurts. And you gotta stay still for. So I just pressed play just before he put the needles in my arm, you know, and I listened to the whole album. Dude, my brain was doing stuff. Like I could feel stuff happening. My whole body was like tingling, and I've done acupuncture a lot. That doesn't always happen. Like something was happening through the music that was like something was at work. It was creepy, but very cool.
I don't know, man. But I think I don't know. I wonder if that was his intention, but I know that every time he pulls something out, you know, it has that type of effect. And I think that this was just so high frequency. It was too much for people. I think what's going on in the world, I think that album probably gonna last for 15, 20 years, and then people will be like, man, this thing was, he put this out and it was like,
this was the greatest.
Yeah. it's way ahead of its time. All that stuff.
Way ahead.
It's hard for people to grasp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think so too. And I like that stuff that's coming out with the drums, Afro beats, sonic healing, all that stuff, man. It's so good. It really does help. And when you listen to that type of music, if you can't enjoy it, you're not in the right state of mind to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta. This has got to be once the kids go to bed. You just set aside a little bit of time and just really listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Another dude that I kind of like, people don't give enough credit to, and I followed him for a long, since because he's from Tallahassee, T-Pain, bro. People don't give enough credit for what he created and still doing right now. Like he does a whole live stream, where he like reviews music. It's kind of like a whole live stream. He has people on, they joking, they listen to music. He produced music, but when the dude and everyone knows him for the auto tune. Everyone knows him for the auto tune. But when he like he's been doing these covers. Like I think he did Ozzy Osbourne, Crazy Train. It ain't going on a crazy train. I think that's the one he did. Is that the one he did?
That one?
I think so. I'm not sure. But he was doing all these covers. Like he was doing country covers. Like he was doing, he did Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. And, he had a band that was behind that. They kind of put their swing on it. But people don't realize how versatile you got to be to do that. To be going through rapping.
Oh yeah.
First the R&B. And when he first his first stuff that wasn't like oh I'm a bartender. Before that, rapper turned singer. That's what he called himself. The rapper turned singer. That album right there.
Yeah.
Was like before he he was big at that time, but basically to see the progression of a musician from that time to now, to even be doing country covers with a live band, and people always shocked, like when he was on Tiny Desk, but the dude's a real musician. People don't grasp that. The dude is a real musician. Like, and I wish somebody like T-Pain, Andre 3000, Pharrell.
Oh yeah, he's good. Man.
They need to make stuff. But that's just my thoughts. That's just my thought.
Yeah, I can't even decide if I like Pharrell better as an artist or a producer.
That's a debate. I ain't even gonna get into it.
Hey, I think he's great at both. I'm not saying that, but
no, man, it's too much to discuss because he won at both. He won at both.
He won them both. Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
Pigs looks like what T-Pain did. Ozzy Osbourne. Generals gather just like witches at back myself.
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. That was the one.
I gotta listen to this album, man. There's a lot of stuff I wanna.
Bro, it's legit. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Showing how to put that style onto those type of songs. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Everything's explicit, and like, how are you making these songs explicit?
Because they have to. They have to put it on there. You say one thing, you gotta put it.
Friggin' whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta add a little something, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
That's funny. Oh yeah, you know what else is coming back is like old at least in like white music culture, Gordon Lightfoot. What's the other guy's name? Yeah, dude.
What do you classify as white music culture. Oh, I forgot how you just said it. That's what I was trying to ask. White culture music. How do you classify that? Like,
just the people that I see listening to this type of music.
So is it a sound? Is it you feel like it's a sound, or is this a group? I don't know how you see it.
I'm mainly just referring to like the people that I see listening to stuff. You know, I don't have anybody that I know that's black or Latino or something coming to me and being like, "Did you listen to Gordon Lightfoot's album?" Like from 19.
Bro, I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. I know music, but I don't know Gordon Lightfoot.
It's older. It's like the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald.
I know Fitzgerald. Yeah.
You know, if you could read my mind, love, what a tale my thoughts could tell. Like stuff like that, like old guitar folk. This is like the beginning of folk music. Like not the beginning, but
yeah,
kind of like the beginning of like train catching hippies going through California type folk music. Like Bob Dylan was a part of that group. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the other guy that does Operator. Won't you help me place that call? You
know what's funny, bro? Like I don't know these songs you're saying, but as you're saying, I hear the sound. I hear the sound. I hear like I know it had the original voice. It had the extra high voice. You know.
She's living in LA with my best old ex-friend Ray. Guy, she says you know sometimes hate it.
Oh, okay.
Gosh, why can't I think of his name? I'll just put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that stuff is coming back, like the train catching hippie folk stuff. Like Gen Z's telling me about it. Like, do you listen to this?
But
yeah. How do you know about that?
Yeah, but you know what kind of is I think might be sparking that interest though. The dude who was riding on a skateboard, the Latin guy on a skateboard. I think you did the Jesus Christ guy. Is that him? Whatever, the skateboard guy who drank the cranberry juice, and then
I don't know.
And it's playing Fleet Fox. Where you go? I forgot the name of the song. Oh, you feel it.
That's Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac. Sorry, yeah,
it's Stevie Nicks. Yeah.
So the dude was on a skateboard, with some Ocean Spray cranberry juice, and then he was just singing the Fleetwood Mac song, and it popped off. So I think
I'm obsessed with Fleetwood Mac right now.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I can't stop. Dreams. That's one of my favorite songs right now. Yeah. I keep my visions to myself.
I love the drums. I love the drummer. He laid it in on that.
The drummer, the guitar player is one of the greatest guitar players of all time, and no one even knows his name. Jim Croce is what I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah.
Jim Croce, Operator.
Oh, Jim Croce. Okay. I don't know.
He also sang that sad song about the artist, the painter that did Starry, Starry Night. What's that guy's name? Vincent Van Gogh.
Oh, Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah. Yeah, man. All that music. I love that people are their ears are appreciating it. That's a big sign, bro. That people are appreciating that vibe, because it's not. I thought it would be all ADD, all distracted. But I think that switch has happened. I see it on all types, like from electronic to Afro beats, Afro house. That expression of music, it kind of ties in like songwriting. That openness, that spiritualness, talking about love, expression, emotion, all that stuff. It kind of all is opening back up, but people are appreciating it.
Well, that's why I think, man, if you can write a song that's like, if you can write an album or a song that's like original and very raw, you know, that's the key. Like if it's super produced, it's probably going to be a fad. But if like, you know, you'll never lose interest in a good producer, a good recording studio, a good quality mic with a good quality guitar, not too many takes, not too much editing. Like look at Van Halen, right? They have that song Jump. I mean, every once in a while it pops up, but it was a fad, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas you had Eruption where it's
jump.
Yeah. Go ahead and jump. You know?
Yeah.
It's okay, but it's not that good compared to their other stuff. Like Eruption, that guitar solo he does. People play that all the time. A young kid picks up a guitar. That's like the first thing he puts on YouTube.
Yeah.
Is him playing Eruption because people love it. And it was so raw. It just came out. That's one take. He didn't like edit all that to pieces. That was, I'm sure he might have done it a couple times, but I don't know. I think people need to work on. That's why that album, the Flute album, dude.
Yeah.
It'll be around for a long time, especially in like the earthy, you know, the earthy community. I'm just gonna say it like that because I'm tired of hippies. Like
you don't let the hippies, bro.
I mean, I like it, but the reason they got their name is because it was just like the hip thing to do, and it's not really that anymore because it's almost a reversal. Like it's the beginning of hippies back in the day where it was not the thing to do, but then a bunch of college students started doing it and it became a craze. That's happening again. Like there's a lot of older people who are still old school hippies and they're like, it's not cool to be a hippie, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to live off the land. I'm going to buy chickens from my friend. You know,
yes, sir.
They homestead. They only eat like natural stuff. They don't use deodorant. You know, they use like natural oil, stuff like that. That's why I said it's more like an earthy people.
Yeah. I'm glad it's back though. I'm glad
it is too.
I'm glad
I love it.
And then, you know, your people who can actually do that kind of stand out. You know, I like watching people like play guitar online and sing. And
yeah,
I'm just saying that like the levels have changed and you get exposed if you can't really do it, you know? If you can't really do it, like if you can't just pick up that guitar and then stun the whole group and control the scenario, you get exposed, you know? It's not a bad thing, it's just what it is. But I love that now people are appreciating it because they know what it takes to like, you know, not only just play the guitar good, but like create the whole scene, create the whole moment, you know? Yeah, I gotta get started on that. I gotta get started on that again because it's just now it's picking up. But I feel like the blend is easy to do now. The blend, that's what I love. Like I feel like if Oliver Anthony was the right in line and he gave it to the right electronic producer, it could become like Oliver Anthony and Odessa. That might work. I don't know. You know, just. A big spiritual scene song, bro. You know, would start out with an acoustic line. Down, let the world. Let me stop saying before someone take it. But that will work. That will work. You know,
I think so.
You know,
kids at home.
Do what you got to do, man.
No, I'm good for a little bit.
That was a good music. I mean, that's a good music talk, though, man. Like, we haven't really chopped it up with music in a little bit, but
that was fun. Yeah, and I like talking with people that listen to different. I mean, that's how I discover music. If I just remain off of my own music taste, I get very into like bubbles. You know,
everybody does, bro.
Everybody does, but like you told me about the Flute album, I'm gonna do this T-Pain album. Most of that stuff is, I start listening to it. I wasn't off that Flute album for a few weeks. Like I kept listening to it. You know, every time I was like in just a calm space where I just needed like I wanted to meditate or just relax. Ooh, ooh, you know, and it's not just a flute album. Like there's a lot of music in that.
Yeah, I know. He did it, man, and
the whole album is a song.
Yeah,
you have to listen to the whole album. You can't just pick through. I mean, you can't just pick through.
Yeah. Even the curation of music, right? I feel like there's so much music out that the curation of music is kind of like important to people. So unless you're talking to people that's going to share something different, you probably won't pick it because the algorithm will push the same thing to you. Oh, you like this? You like Ariana?
What happened?
Oh, sorry about that. Someone was calling.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna put my phone on do not disturb.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah, see? Yeah, we gotta remember that. All right, I gotta put it up. I gotta take this call.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later, dude.
All right, bye. Yep, good talking to you.
You too.